Up the play!
For the third time this season, Collingwood has beaten a top 2 side in the VFL. 9-point winners over Southport Sharks, 10-13-73 to 9-10-64. The game finished about 40 minutes ago. Just got the stats as of 3 o'clock. Very impressive win. Good response as well. Not a good response. I mean, we just beat Sandringham last week by 3 points after the siren. But Southport in second spot. They were just coming off a loss to Sydney last week. Again, they blew a 7-goal lead. We nearly blew a 7-goal lead last week. This game, unbelievable. Minus 173 in disposals, minus 91 in marks. Southport had all the control and possessions from the start. They weren't able to execute or convert on the scoreboard. Very impressed by our defensive setup. And this was a game where Aliro Schmidt and Joel Cochran would have to step up. Unfortunately for them, Aliro Schmidt, not really a key defender. Joel Cochran playing more up the ground. He's finally coming into his own, Joel Cochran. And I'm willing to declare as well, this was Joel Cochran's best game of the season. I've been saying this, building it up from week to week. Definitely the most impactful that Joel Cochran has been all season. His intercepting ability, his ability to get the 1-2 handballs and whatnot, particularly in that second quarter. Go back and watch that second quarter from Joel Cochran. Tremendous stuff. Provided us that fight and grit as well coming out of half back. So if we're going to get a key defender injury again, Joel Cochran could very well make his debut this season. It's a long shot, I know, but we are starting to get injuries piling up, and unfortunately in this game as well, Jacob Ryan going down late in the first quarter with a lower leg injury. I didn't see the actual incident, but I did see him go down and holding his foot. It's either going to be an ankle or a foot, or hopefully not an Achilles injury. Didn't come back on after quarter time. He had 9 disposals as well. And Jacob Ryan was likely going to be the next man up in our back line in case we had that injury as well. Braden Maynard hopefully back next week against Carlton. Jacob Ryan just biding his time down back in the VFL. Tao Jath out with an injury. Charlie Dean called up. Billy Frampton out for 4 to 6 weeks. Tao Jath out for 4 to 6 weeks as well. One thing I forgot to mention in my round 16 preview of the West Coast game was I was going to record the VFL report for round 14 Saturday afternoon immediately after the game or the stream. So you will likely see this VFL report around 5, 6 o'clock-ish, right before the game as well. Recording this video, going to edit it, upload it, then fuck off to Marvel Stadium to watch Collingwood v West Coast. But again, a very impressive win against Southport here. Just going into the stats as well. Again, I thought it was the best games of the season for Joel Cochran and Aliro Schmidt. Stats won't tell the overall story, but Joel Cochran, 16 disposals, 8 intercept possessions, and going above 80% disposal efficiency as well. He was drafted alongside Will Hayes and Charlie West. Both have made their debuts, or Charlie West about to debut tonight. Joel Cochran just needs to bide his time this season and likely next season to get that call up. Unless we are massively depleted with injuries down back, then Joel Cochran will be called up. Aliro Schmidt, he's not a key defender. I keep saying that. But he was impressive. So impressive here against Southport. His defensive abilities, his tackling, his run-down tackles as well. He's also intercepting as well, and a lot of spoils. It's finally clicking, and we needed this to click as well. And comes at a good time against a top 2 side, and particularly against a guy like Wiley Buzzer, former AFL player. Mitchell, 28 disposals, 14 contested possessions, 8 clearances. He was very sluggish during the first quarter, but I loved his leadership, and he kept improving after quarter time as well. He just needs to keep biding his time in the midfield in the VFL, and eventually, with one more injury in the senior side, he'll get that call up eventually. Rowan Steele, I'm enjoying his game so far this season for Collingwood. Typically averages high teens, early 20s disposals, but he's very good with ball use. If Lipinski or someone along the wing gets injured, Rowan Steele can make a surprise debut this season, but I'm enjoying Rowan Steele's game so far. Will Hayes returns in the VFL. He wasn't injured, just a carryover emergency last week. Looked sluggish in the first half, but improved after half time. Kicked a goal, 12 disposals. His pressure acts were outstanding as well in the second half. Point of difference as well. Mason Cox with 25 hitouts. I thought he was beaten, though, by Braden Crosley in the ruck. Kicked the point. We also saw from Mason Cox just his ruck work, and just he'll be able to just tap it to a rover. That's what he was doing here. He made other guys around him look good, so can't fault Mason Cox's game here, unless you're comparing him to the direct opposition in Braden Crosley. He was also filling a hole down back. He was able to stop a few goals as well. Noah Howes, 5 score involvements, 3 behinds. He can't buy a goal. His efforts are outstanding, particularly in that second half. Just can't buy a goal, though. 4 games, hasn't kicked a goal yet. He's looking the goods. Just his reward for effort's going to come eventually. Harry Dematia, 23 disposals, 4 clearances and 4 inside 50 entries. 65% disposal efficiency, though. Oscar Steen, just 6 hit-outs, 7 disposals and 3 clearances. Didn't take a mark for the entire game. Just didn't make an impact at all. Second game in a row, unfortunately. And the bad news coming out of this game was Jacob Ryan getting injured late in the first quarter. He had 9 disposals up until late in the first quarter. Looked good across half back. He was the only player that looked good for us in the first quarter. They kicked the first 3 goals of the game, Southport, and they looked like they were able to bounce back from their loss last week. But we were able to just nullify and thwart any sort of attacking pressure from Southport. Uh, Southport have a lot to think about trying to bounce back. Collingwood, this win keeps us inside the top 10. Thank goodness for that. Not too sure how it's going to go in regards to the ladder at the end of the round, where we could be 7th or 8th on the ladder, but slowly getting that breathing space inside the top 10. I keep saying the goal is for top 6, but I think the best goal would be just top 10. Whether it's the wild card round or eventually top 6 eventually, we need to see these players playing late in August, early September, particularly if we're going to be making finals as well and making that push for the Premiership. But speaking of a Premiership push, there is a flag, Pies, not in the AFL, but the VFLW right now. 6 wins in a row for the Pies VFLW side, winning by 11 points over Box Hill. Second win against Box Hill this season, 4-10-34 to 3-5-23. They're up by 3-4 goals in the final quarter, or up until three-quarter time. Box Hill kicking the last 2 goals of the game early on in the final quarter as well. The comeback was on the cards, but the Pies were able to hold off. 6 wins in a row, most likely playing finals, going to be in the top 6. 4 games to go in the season, 3 easy games coming up. A chance to push for top 4, top 3, top 2, and even top spot. And they're making a serious Premiership push right now, so a chance to go 9 wins in a row heading into the final round of the VFLW season, and who knows from there. But I'm going to wrap up this VFL Round 14 report here. A very brief video, I understand, but 2 Collingwood wins. I did not expect that at all. I was expecting maybe 1 win at best, and that was going to be tough, but 2 wins. Hopefully, for fuck's sake, no issues tonight against West Coast. It's going to be another 3 wins for Collingwood. Things looking good right now for Collingwood. That's pretty much it. I'll be off to Marvel Stadium tonight. And please, for the love of God, no injuries in the AFL tonight. That is all for this video. Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Be well, stay safe. Magpies out.